Alrighty, now let's look at some of these crafty tool tricks. Now the local menu bar has two selectable toolboxes to assign your default tools for the left click and the command click, as we've shown. Now, and by default the right click opens the shortcut menu, which changes depending where you right click, as we've just shown. Okay, now watch this. If you go to Logic Pro Preferences Global, and you choose, go from project handling to this editing tab, look at this, right mouse button. Now by default it opens a shortcut menu as we showed, but watch this, I can change it to opens tool menu, and now look, if I right click, oh my god, I now can select my tools by right clicking. So I draw in my region, right click, choose the eraser with the left mouse, and now the eraser is my left mouse tool. Rub it out, right click, choose the pencil, draw in a region, right click, choose the scissors, cut the region, right click, choose the glue, circle those, click, glue them together, right click, choose the pencil, pointer tool rather, move it around, etc. Right click, choose the eraser, delete it. Easy peasy. And if you like that cube-based way of selecting the tools, that's your best bet to go for. Absolutely brilliant. However, now that the right click is bringing up our left tool click menu, we no longer get the shortcut menu on the right click as we did before. That now has changed, and it's now accessible by holding down Control and left clicking. So if I hold down Control and left click on the grey area, I get that same shortcut menu. Also the same if I hold down Control and left click on a region, I get its shortcut menu, and the same on the track header, hold down Control, left click, and I get those two shortcut menus, etc. Alright, so Control left click then brings up your shortcut menu. There is a third way, and that is assignable to a tool. Okay, now watch the two toolboxes up here on the top right, up there, look, okay. Is assignable to a tool, select it, and a third toolbox appears. Okay, now I've got a left click tool, which is currently, I'll set it to pencil. Alright, I've got a command click tool, which let's say I'm assigning that to the scissors, and I've got a right click tool, which is the eraser. So I can now left click and draw in a region, right click and rub it out, left click, draw in a region, hold down Command, bring up my scissors, chop it, right click on the highlighted, or whichever of the two bits from when I've just chopped it, and it deletes it. Yeah, so now I've got a right click tool, which is assignable in that local menu bar on this open edit window. Now I don't know if this is a bug in Logic, but and this is the latest version. Look at this, if I choose the piano roll editor, look at its local menu bar, it's still only got two tool menus, left click and command click. What I've found is that only a right click tool will be added to which edit windows are open when you have this preferences menu open and choose is assignable to a tool for the right mouse button. So now with this edit window open at the bottom, all I have to do is again just select that and left click it, and now I have a right click tool here. But if I go to the hyper editor, it doesn't. So to assign a right click tool for that, again have this one open and again just choose is assignable to a tool, and now that's got a right click menu. Okay, so that's another way of doing it. Now I'll set it back to what it was before. Now these two windows are open, the hyper editor and the Arrange, so when I now choose opens the tool menu, the right click box disappears on these two menus. Go back to piano roll though and it's still there, so I've got to again choose is this one, opens tool menu, and then the right click one disappears there, and now they've all not got a right click menu anymore, or a right click box. Okay, so that's another thing you can do, and that's pretty crafty. I personally think that opens tool menu is the best, because you're more likely to want to quickly select tools, and it's easy just to do it all with the mouse, right click, select, you know. You're more likely to want to do that than you are to open a shortcut menu, and it's simplicity to just reach over and hold down control and just bring up your shortcut menu, right? So that's another trick you can do. And I'll just say one last thing. This mouse sounds a bit hollow, doesn't it, that I'm using, right? That's because it's a Microsoft LED mouse. It's a Microsoft USB wheel mouse, yeah? Underneath it says wheel mouse optical USB. It's your standard Microsoft LED wheel mouse with the red glowing bottom, and you know, it's got a left and right click and a mouse wheel. I happen to like these mice. They're taller, like a dome, and you can rest your palm on them easily, and I prefer them to the Apple mouse actually, but you know, whatever. So yeah, right click, now you've got your tools that way. Absolutely fantastic. It just will shave hours off a, you know, if you're doing a day's editing, trust me, or even a few hours editing, being able to right click like that just saves you so much time. So there you go, there's some tool tricks. Now let's move on. I've got a little list here. I think next we should look at this global tracks up here.